Alright, welcome back to Danksco Traders Hub. Good morning everyone, good morning. I see Desmond, good morning Desmond, and everyone else who is on the stream right now. Yes, as usual, it's done here. We are ready to analyze. It is a Wednesday, the 25th of June 2025. So without wasting any more time, we get into prayer and then get started as usual. Father, we give you praise. We say thank you for this very morning. Thank you that we're here. Thank you that we are ready to make this money as we get the insights from you, the great insights, so good, and the entries and exits of this market, Lord. We know that you're going to provide everything that we need to make this money today. Thank you for yesterday's profits. We made a lot of money yesterday, and we also saying thank you for even for today's profit even, Lord, because we know that you are giving us another good success even today. We give you praise, we love you, and we know we are ending this month in great power, with great profits, with great everything, Lord, because you are great and you are a great God. We give you praise, we love you. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. So, as usual, you know we start with Crash 500, so no wasting time. If you don't mind, you can go ahead and share the stream. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up, and of course share the link, and you'll be helping us the channel to reach a lot more other people. All right, so as usual, Crash 500, where did we what did we analyze yesterday? So yesterday's analysis was very simple. We saw that was this was a falling wedge, so we already knew, although this was on Monday, so we wanted the buys there. So yesterday we again saw that kind of falling wedge, and we anticipated buys to reach here, and of course even to go all the way up. So this was our first TP. So when we saw this breakout, we made an entry right here. That was this was my first entry. I had a tight TP. This entry I made it within when we were still analyzing. Let me bring it to M15. So I was immediately taken out after some, like an hour or two. I was taken out on my stop loss there. Then it went into buys. I entered again, and after entering, and I think this is when I gave the guys the signal on VIP. So I gave them the signal, having seen this as a retest after breakout. So I gave them the signal. All of a sudden it went back into the floating losses, went all the way back here. When it came to this fair value gap and started to react here, I made another entry, and it went all the way back to this order block. I was supposed to make another entry here, but I did not. My stop losses were here. Those who remember, my stop loss was here. So it came back into profits, and I decided to close when I saw this again. So when it made that, I had already closed. I took my profits, what I can take by then, because it was slow. It was not doing what I needed. So after that retest, price went and actually did what we had already planned, what we had already anticipated. So that's how we traded Crash. It was not a good trade. It was slow. So I managed to get what I could get, like about $10 or $11 out of it. But yeah, we were supposed to get a bit more than that if at all we had held up our positions to reach all the way up there. So that is our bad. We couldn't be patient. Yeah, that is it. That is part of trading. That is part of trading. So I can delete this. Now when it did this, yeah, price was continuing like that. So now I can take everything right here, delete that. This is supposed to be some red. Okay, I can have it there. This can go now. Delete that. This move, we still need it to reach up there. We haven't reached there, so we still need this. Okay, so what do we do today? Today, according to H1, we need sales from what we're seeing, but we saw like a breakout here. This was like a break of structure and a breakout on that resistance level. So are we ready to sell, or we need to go a bit up? I think we are ready to sell. Looking at what I'm seeing on H4, we are likely not to reach there today. This is not a break of structure on H4, and clearly on H1 we need already sales, so that means we are going to see a pullback. So pullback where? To this level. So we can delete this out. Let's delete that. And even this, we will need it later, but let me just keep on H for now. Delete everything right there. Yeah, I think now we are okay there. Delete that. So let's bring our fib. Our fib will let us know where we are supposed to be anticipating retracement. Exactly this, or fair value gap is in the range where we should be anticipating the what? We should be anticipating the retracement. So for now, all we need is price to come to this fair value gap. That's what we need. Price to react to that fair value gap, and then we come in with buys again. So pull back here, then we get into buys. All right, so daily, what are we seeing? Daily, we need to continue with buys. Yeah, we need to continue with buys. Those who remember, I told you that we started on some long-term buys. Why? Because of the inverted heads and shoulder right here. According to weekly and daily time frame, that is an inverted heads and shoulder. If you can see it there, that is an inverted heads and shoulder, and we started buys. So we're going to take these buys all the way up according to this, according to that. That's what we're going to see on weekly time frame. So now that we know that, let's go to daily. We know we want this pullback. It's going to be a pullback on H4. It's going to come here, and then we get into buys. So can we go to H1 and look for sales? H1 not ready. Yeah, it is ready, but it's not, we can't work with that. So go to M15. We need to wait for a clear entry. For a clear entry, we may actually scalp some buy right here. If price reacts back to this level, we may scalp some buy. Yeah, so for now we wait. For now we wait. All right, I think that's it. Please let me know if my sound is okay, that I may sort it out immediately. Help me and get to know if the sound is okay. All right, so this is on crash, so I can't do anything now. I just have to wait for something like this. I just have to wait for something like this. Pull back here on M15, then get back a bit up, then come in stronger with sales to break this level, and also to continue with sales. That is what we are going to anticipate today. All right, enough of that. Let's now head over to Boom 1000. So what happened to Boom 1000? So Yes, this was a clean trade. This was a clean trade. We knew this. This was a pennant. Yeah, this was a pennant. We knew that it's going to continue with the sales, and this is what I showed you in the analysis. We were looking for that move right there. And if I can go to M15 and drag this right here. So when it broke out, I normally told you that these days on booms and crashes, when it breaks out from a trend line like this, normally we don't see a pullback or a retest. Yeah, so here we didn't see any retest, and I immediately made my entry, and of course I gave this signal to the guys on VIP. So we had our TP right there. We had our TP right about there. You can see where my profits were, just a bit before where we wanted it. So yeah, to be safe. So our TP was hit, and we moved out of it. So yesterday, boom, 1,000 gave us what we needed. We made a lot of money right here. So we can now head back to H1. First delete that and that now, then get to H4. I had already told you that price, it had not reached that weekly order block, and yesterday is the day when it reached and touched that weekly order block. The weekly order block is this one here. So this one is on daily time frame where we wanted the TP to be, so we can now delete that. Let's see, let's first see as we reached that TP. Yeah, we have reached it, so we can now delete even this one. So now the buys have started. So according to daily, we need buys. According to H4, we need buys. According to H1, we need buys. So yesterday, the buys started and gave us that change of character on M15. This was supposed to be my other entry, but by then I had already hit my daily target, so I moved out. Oh, thanks Desmond, you're saying sound is okay on your side. I believe it's okay on the rest of the guys. All right, thank you. So this was supposed to be my entry yesterday right there after giving me this, because we knew that we had started the uptrend. So this was supposed to be the perfect entry to get into this short buy, but then retest. Then now the momentum of buys has reduced, meaning we go to H1, we will see a pullback to where, okay, pullback to where? First go to H4, not really, H1, not really. So I don't think it is going to come for this here. I'm only seeing, let's just first have it there. If it reacts to this, then we know that we will get into buys, but it's likely to go all the way to M15 order block right here. It's likely to come for that. So I'm anticipating this, and that will be that, and then this probably on H1. If it decides to react to look for the order block on H1, then it will go for this, because down below we don't have a valid order block on H1 apart from this one here. So we only have the one on M15, which is this one. So that's what I'll be anticipating for now. So if it happens, then we know that these are the levels we are likely to get into to jump onto the buys. So can we look for sales now? Let's go to M5, see, are we ready for the sales, or we are just consolidating and not ready to actually come in with sales? I believe we are just consolidating. I believe we are just consolidating. Let's wait and see if we can actually come in with the sales. When it breaks this level, this trend line, I don't hesitate to make my sell entries. They may be slow, but they are going to come in. They're going to come in. On M15, you have all these levels where price may give you some reaction. A level like that, a level like this, these levels can give you some reaction. Just a minute. Just a minute. Alright, so sorry about that. So right about now we are going to be anticipating that. So we have these levels, these two levels that we can anticipate some reaction if price comes a bit down below. So you have to note of that if you get into some sales here. Alright, so enough of that. Let's now get into Boom 500. Boom 500. So Boom 500, what happened? This has been slow for the past four days. Yeah, since Saturday, I believe. So when it took some money of mine, it's been slow since then, and I have not gotten any way of entering it again because of the way it is moving, because of the way it is. So now, yesterday we wanted a pullback here, then we can enter some buys. We didn't see any pullback, it did not happen. So but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. So I can extend this fair value gap right about here and wait. Yeah, so delete this here. So this one was taken out, so I can delete it. So what we are seeing currently here is okay, that was hit yesterday, so delete that. Delete this. Now price has reacted to that level. Of course, there is a fair value gap right in there where price has reacted to. So we can say that is our point of interest right there as a resistance. If I can bring my trend line, see if it is doing me anything, giving me anything that we can work with. Yeah, I think we can work with that. So get us into, let's get us into H4. This will clearly show us that we need to continue with some sales a bit, because this is now becoming our strong resistance level. So that will tell us that we need to come in with this kind of a move. We need to come in with that kind of a move, and that means sales, and these sales will be taking us all the way there. So go back to H4. When we get to H4, price is not yet to a retracement level, so it's likely to come back here and then get us back again up. All right, so H1 is looking for that and then come in again. So let's go to M15. Yeah, M15, the buy is on to get us up there, and then come again with sells. So we've known that, we've now established that. So we need to bring this on here, and then we'll be looking for something like that. There's an order block here, so it's likely to come back to that on H1. On H1, it's likely to give us that. Then we come in with sells from there. So go to M15. There's this resistance right here that needs to be taken out. Before we can look for that. I may not enter this buy, I may wait for the sell right here to get me all the way down below. So what do? This is just a matter of waiting. We wait. But now, this is where the other challenge comes in. This right here on M15, is going to be seen as a pennant or as an ascending triangle. It's going to be seen as an ascending triangle. Yes, most of the times ascending triangles break going up, but when this is in the middle, it's likely to give us this move right there to push us right here. Why? Because ascending triangles are continuation patterns. Is it an ascending, or I can do this? I think I can even do that and it becomes a pennant. If I do that, that becomes a pennant. Yes, not an ascending. So we know that our pennants give us continuation of the previous trend, and that is what we can anticipate to bring us all the way here. So there are two options that we're going to enter this asset today, and what comes in first, you go with that. There's an option according to H1 to first get us up there before we can come in with sales, but also we are not market movers, meaning price can fail to break this resistance here and then goes into sales right away. So you need to understand that and be ready for anything that comes around. Alright, so enough of Boom 500. We will be waiting on what happens next. According to M5, you look at sales, but then according to M15, we are on retracement level, same as which is actually now actually matching with H1. H1 price is above our 10 MA, meaning we need some buys to push us back to that level before we can come in with sells. So this is likely to come first than this to break this level. So let's wait and see. Patience pays, so be patient. V25S, Vol25S. Vol25 1S. So Volatility 25 1S, it took my money. Yeah, I was furious. This one, I think we entered while we were in the trade. Yeah, we entered it while we were in the trade. So forgive me of all this that is happening here. Those who remember, I had let's go to H1. So we were here, so we were looking for the breakout and we wanted to continue with buys. Yep, so my entry was here. This was my entry. I made a mistake to enter before the candle closed, so it was a fake breakout. It came all the way back inside. I had my first stop loss below this low, and then I adjusted my stop loss when it went back up a bit right here. So I adjusted my stop loss. I didn't want to lose a lot, so it took me out here and then came. It would have even taken me out here because I had not put my stop loss below here. The one who had put the stop loss below here, you were the one who became safe on this asset, yeah, because it didn't reach all the way down below. So that should have been another entry when it came here for the second entry, and you come in with your buys. You can see the buys went over all the way to hit our target like we had anticipated. From there, the sell, you can see, forget about these were in between. When they had taken me out, I was supposed to make another entry right here because I had already analyzed that, but I missed that entry as I was in class. So I was in a mentorship class. So now I can easily delete everything right here, delete all this, delete even this right there, delete this, yeah, take away history. So we wanted this, but then we had that level on H1. Actually, it was M15. We had that level, drag it here. We had that order block. We wanted price to react, and it reacted exactly how we had anticipated, to come for the sell down here back to this support level. So it did that. So we can take out this now, delete that, and this also can go. But then what is this that we have here? Let's get to, so this is becoming a support, so we can delete this and we maintain this right here. So price, we are seeing price reacting here a lot. Price is reacting to this level a lot. We wanted buys from this level, which has been an order block on M15. Are we going to see it on H1? I don't see us seeing the buys yet. On H4 we're supposed to be seeing it. On H4 we're supposed to be seeing the buys. So how are we going to work with this? First go to daily. Daily we need sells. According to price rejection up there, we are going to see sells according to this price rejection, but price is still above our 10 MA on daily time frame. So let's wait. Let's work out this now. Let's work out this now. So we have this move and that move. So get to daily. Price should be getting us back into buys. Why? H4, H1, M15. All right. There's a bit of confusion happening currently, so I need to find a way to deal with it. Got to find a way to deal with it. So clearly I'll have it like this, and this will tell me that this is coming. This is coming. It's coming. So we are likely to continue with sells than buys, in as much as the patterns here, the chart patterns here, telling us we need to come in with some buys. We are, since we have a support, a resistance up there, we are likely not to see the buys because of that resistance. We are going to see sells. So we're going to first see sells according to H1, and these sells are going to bring us back to this trend line. They're going to bring us back to this trend line right here, and then according to H4 we will see more buys back to that trend line. Then we can come in strongly with sells according to daily time frame. Then we'll come in strongly with sells according to daily time frame. So first delete that. This will be according to daily time frame right there. All right, so enough of that. Let's now get back to H1 M15. We wait. How are we going to wait for this? M15 needs buys. This is crazy. This is becoming crazy. M15 needs buys. This is a support, so the buy is there to take us where? Not really. We are coming in with sells. We're not going to see buys. We are going to see sells. We are coming in with sells. Don't look for buys. Look for sells. We are going to be selling this asset today. So let's wait for price to get back up there or to break this resistance here. But even if it breaks this level, I'll be looking for sells right away, because we're going to come in with sells. We are going to come in with sells. We're not going for the buys anymore. So delete that. Delete that. This right there, that is on a daily time frame. So I need sells to bring me all the way back here or to this order block or to that order block. All right, so enough of that on Volatility 25S. Like I've always told you, if a chart is a bit complex and it's not simple, you're not simply seeing you're not easily seeing a setup, you rather move out of it, look for another asset to analyze, and don't try to force a trade. So don't try to force a trade here. You wait until you have a clear structure and a trade setup that you can work with. All right, V25, V75 is where we are headed. V75. So what is up with V75? All right, this out of grid, yeah, I tell you, frankly, I can tell you that out of grid yesterday, of course, it was not great. I was following some analysis that I had made early morning. Yeah. Looking at this, let's see. Yeah, here we wanted price to react back here, and then we come in with buys. That was according to H1 and M15. So it happened, and then when it came here, I entered buys. Yeah, right there, and it took me out, and then I didn't enter. When it came back to this support, I was almost going to add another trade, but I couldn't do that because I had already made money and I was starting to lose it right here because of greed. I had already hit my daily target, so I closed out. But looking at that, price had enough sell momentum that actually broke structure. So we can now remove history and we can delete everything that we have here. This was showing us continuation of that, so let's now delete this also. And now price broke that support level on H1, and then it came all the way here. It came all the way there. What is this? It is reacting to this here, this rejection. It is reacting actually to this order block. right there. So price is reacting to that order block, and we clearly see that it has broken this level right there on H4. This was a retest right here. Does this mean that on the daily time frame we are selling? Let's go to daily time frame. Yes, we are selling. So that was a retest there. Then we have a new support here. Are we going to break it? We are almost oversold here on H4. H1 we are oversold. M15 we are oversold and actually looking for buys, and it has come back to this order block right there. That is a valid order block. That means buys are starting from there. So go back to M15. Let's wait. Delete that. Let's wait. All right. So that is key. That is very key. So if I go to H4, something like this kind of pattern right here, it normally gives us continuation of the previous trend right here, this pattern here. And now that it has given us a fake breakout here to grab liquidity all the way here, then one can anticipate these moves right here, these moves from there to there, and of course the other one will be all the way here to there, and that will be what we could anticipate right there. So for now, whatever we are seeing here, it's going to get us into buys at the end of the day. We are going to be seeing buys, and this could be a perfect entry right here on M15, but I need to wait for another hour to start before I can decide whether I enter or not for the buys. And that means if I enter here, my stop loss is going to be below this order block. This is an H4 order block right there. It's going to be an H4 order block. So I have to wait, either wait for this current H4 to close. This is a new H4 candle. It still has 3 more hours. So we can easily wait for this H4 candle to close, or leave the asset alone for probably tomorrow. But for now, I think the best option to do is wait for this H4 candle to close, and then you start to plan on your entries. All right, that is V75. Let's now head over to jump 50, and we look at it. Jump 50. So what is up? What happened to jump 50? All right, so this was yesterday. I wanted price to react back here. It did not, but I was not focusing on it. I would have entered this trade right here. Why? The reason why I was not focusing it, I was already in other entries already. So this is the reason why I would have made that entry yesterday if I was focusing on this asset right there. This would have given me the reason to enter. That was a flag or a falling wedge, but you can call it a flag here. And this would have been your entry after breakout right there. This would have been your entry, and you take your short trade to reach there and then move out. That would have been the trade right there. So enough of that. Let's now get into something. Let's analyze for today. We need sales. We've been looking for sales for so long, so delete this. Price later reacted to that level actually. and looking at this, price reacted to this order block surprisingly. So go to H1. What is happening? We are looking for sales. Yeah, we are within that pattern. So first delete this. Price reacted to this fair value gap according to H4 and then went back. Wow, okay, we want sales from there, but are we going to see them? I don't see price going back up. Let's go to H1. It's likely to go back. It may go back. So if H1 needs buys, then I can go to M15 and see. M15, are we ready for buys? Not really. So if we are not ready, I want to delete this now. It's no longer necessary for me. And I can use my fib here to understand the pullback on M15. Yes, I have a fair value gap, but I don't think I'm going to use it. I think I'm going to anticipate pullback to this order block on M15. Yeah, I'm going to anticipate pullback to this order block on M15 and then get us into buys. Remember, this can happen here, but it can also go all the way. It can also go all the way here. So I want you to understand that. Don't say Dan told us it has to react from there. It's a must. We are not market movers. We follow what market movers give us. Yep. All right. So something like that. It's what we can anticipate. Pull back here, then we can enter buys, or here we enter buys. We will wait for whatever comes first, then we look for the buys according to H1, and of course later we come in with sells on H4 to take us all the way down below. All right, I think that's it on jump 50. I think jump 50 is as clear as that. It's as clear as that. We see some points of interest here holding up price. All right, so that's key. So we need this and then buys all here. That is enough on jump 50. Let's go to jump 25. Let's go to jump 25. So J25. What happened? We made money on J25, but I almost even lost what I made. Not actually, I almost lost a quarter of it. Anyways, so yesterday's analysis is like this. We knew price was going to give us buys right here, so we entered buys here yesterday. So go to H1. This is where we entered buys, but when it reached that level, we saw some resistance right there. Price failed to break that, so it kept on going up and down, up and down. So I closed because I had already hit my target, so I closed here. So when it went back and came back down again, I made another entry here, thinking now we are going to actually break out perfectly, but I had my stop loss tight. That was a second entry. I had my stop loss tight right there. It came, took me out, immediately went and broke that resistance level to take us all the way back into the buys. So that is how I messed up. I should have, I would have made even this money, but my tight stop loss was the problem. And of course, like I said, the guys can even trade against you knowing that you are looking for that trade. So yeah, I was taken out right there and immediately went into the buys, and that's where the profits were. So I missed that. my bad. So delete everything right here, remove this, and let's now look at today. So start with H4. We are ready for buys. Yeah, we have a triple bottom right here. HD daily time frame, we need buys and prices above our 10 EMA, which is a good thing now. So delete that. So are we ready? Are we having an entry to enter these buys? H4, not really. H1, not really. Why? Because we are having a resistance up here. So what does that tell us? That tells us that we are going to be looking for sales according to daily, according to M15. Yeah, M15, we are going to look for sales. Sales back to where? Sales back to where? Sales back to where? H4, H1, no liquidity left back, only this fair value gap, which is not something we can look at. Go to M15, where we look for this liquidity. It's going to be the tricky one. We're going to see that with a pullback, it's likely not to just break that now. It's likely to first make a pullback according to M15. According to M15, this liquidity was taken out here on H1. So is it going to come back to that as a support? Is it going to come back to this as a support area? At M15. Is it going to come back? It's likely. Because I don't see, okay, I see this fair value gap, but is it something realistic the price can come back to? I doubt, but let's just have it. That is a fair value gap here. So anticipation is price to come to this like that, and then get enough momentum to actually come from that. At least 50% there, and then also here, also there. Those are our two options that we have according to M15. So can we enter some sales here? I think it's a bit slow, so for us to enter we need to be careful. We need to be careful with the entry. If we are to enter, we need to be just spot on, because these are jumps. Jumps can easily jump into losses. So let's wait a bit more. We're not ready to sell, so let's wait a bit more. We can easily get this small sell to push us into the direction that we need. A sell to here, and then we can anticipate buys later when price reaches either of the two levels. Alright, so leave this on M15. Let's now get to jump 10. We have about 4 minutes. Jump 10. So congrats to those that made money on jump 25, V25S, Crash 500 and Boom 1000. Those are the assets that we entered yesterday. Congrats to everyone that made money on them. Alright, so right about now, jump 10, we needed a pullback here, but then there was this order block that held price. It became some strong support here on M15. So this we can delete it. But we wanted, of course, buys. All we needed there buys, but the price never reacted to the level we wanted, so I couldn't of course focus on it. The other reason was I was of course focusing on the other assets, so I can easily delete all these now. delete all those. Okay, so here price is within a channel, price is moving within a channel, so this is going to be a tricky one, but price is moving within a channel. It's moving within a channel, as you can see, so right now you know that it is going to go there and then come back here until it reaches a support or an order block like this up here, like that order block where this sell momentum started from. So this is what we're going to see. So this is just a no-go for me. I have to wait for price to reach back up there. If I go to M15, you see that was the confirmation of this buy. It's going to go back up, but it can easily retest. If it retests a bit here, you have no excuse not to enter the buys, because you know you are in a channel. It keeps on giving you break of structures and then goes to retest. That is a break of structure. That was a break of structure right here, right there. So that is how we trade within a channel. So it comes like that. So you know that it is going to go up, but all you need now is a pullback. So go to M5, anticipate a pullback, then make that entry, and make that entry when it comes back. So anticipate a pullback probably around this level, then make the entry to take you all the way up. So can you anticipate this? Can we wait for this? Yeah, we can, and that will be your trade right there on M5 and M15. So enough of that. Let's now get us into gold. Can we check on gold and we call it a day? Gold. So gold yesterday, let's go to M15 for clear view and drag it here. So we knew this was happening, then we had that small resistance, then pull back. I told you it's gonna sell here. It reached that level, tried to get us into buys, but then it came strongly with a break of structure there. It came strong with sales and gave us a break of structure, and that couldn't hold. We couldn't anymore look for buys. Break of structure, retest, sales, and then after that the buys started after reaching this order block. You can even see it on H4 right there. Now that is a support area or a support level. So according to H4, we have started buys, but now we cannot just start like that and we continue. We know that there's going to be a pullback, and price has already gone to that this level right there. So price is reacting to that. If I go to M15, you can clearly see that, and the price is having a low momentum. I trade such market like this, I don't trade it. So I want to delete that here, and I want to bring this one right here. This is where we wanted the buys to start from. In fact, you can even drag it to here, and then look at M15. Can we deal with this? No. Can we deal with M5? What are common levels? We can see that right there. Yeah, that's one. Then this one, high. Oh wait, it can be this. High, I mean low, high, low, high, low. Low, high, then low here. So yeah, we can use that this like that. So go to we know that buys are going to continue, but then there is this resistance here. It means it is going to cause a retest, or a retracement. But you can first anticipate this right there. Yeah, according to M15. First there, then this right here, then that right there. So that's what I can say on gold. That's what I can say on gold. Buys there to take us just there, and then later we come in with sells. This will be according to H1, and yeah, this will be according to H1 and M15. H1 and M15. So let's wait. Can we enter buys here? I think we can. Oh, wait. M1 is not ready, but we are going to enter that buy. We are going to enter this buy. We are going to enter this buy on gold. The buy to take us all the way up. Let's just go to 5. Yeah, it's going to come again down here, and then we can have an entry. Let's wait for it to come again here. We've gone all the way to M1, so you need to understand that we've gone all the way to M1. Those who trade gold, you can wait for this. All right, enough of this. Let's now get into the recap, and we call it a day. Let's get into the recap, and we call it a day. All right, reminder before we do the recap, please, those who want to learn to analyze like me or want to study trading, registration for July classes is open. Now you can register. You know the options, the VIP and the regular packages. Yeah, you can register now. Then those who want to register, to subscribe for signals, you also have an option to subscribe for VIP signals. We are now, registration is now open. So the number to call or to inbox on WhatsApp is right there on your screen, so you can use that to do all those things. So let's start with Crash 500. All right, shall we first enter this gold? Let's see. I think we first enter this gold. Let's first enter this gold. Okay, we want it here. So can I make? I'm going to just make a limit order right there. And then I'll put my stop loss. At 325. Is it going to come? I don't think it is now going to come. No, it has to come. Okay, it is holding back, so let's first do the recap. We'll come back to it later. So we'll see if it is giving us an entry or not. We have to enter this gold today. All right, so we started with Crash 500. We want a pullback here, then we can enter buys. Not yet, it hasn't reached, so we have to hold on a bit. but it can easily work with the one on H1. Yeah, this pullback can easily work on H1. Actually, we wanted on M15, but it can easily work on H1. Let's see. If price breaks this level, then we can look at entry. If price breaks that level, then we can look at entry. But it's likely to actually continue with buys right here. Let's wait and see on this crash 500. Boom 1000. The pullback has failed, even the breakout, so it has continued with that because that was a pennant. We wanted this, then we can enter back. This became a pennant here, right there. This became a pennant, so price had to continue with the buys, and it is going to reach our level right there. So for now, you can forget all this and you can wait for the buys. Let's go to the sells. So this pennant has already given us that was a pennant on M15, so it's going to reach there. If it reaches there, we're ready for sales. I doubt we are. Let's go to H1. Yeah, I think we'll be ready for sales because this is the breaker block. This is a breaker block on H4. So that's where we will be anticipating price to come back again. So yeah, from that level where we have the breaker block on H4, that's where we will anticipate sales from. Yeah, so for now, that's a no-go for me. Boom 500, the sales from there are starting. We said we are going to look for sales because this is going to be a pennant. So can we enter now? I think we can. Let's go to this. We are likely not to see that fake breakout up there. We are likely not to see that fake breakout. We enter by sales, but then you have to have your stop loss at least here, and you look for this kind of a target. It has to break this and then bring you all the way here. Bring you all the way here. Yeah. All right, so that is it on Boom 500. Then we also said if price breaks this, then we enter, and it has already broken it on V25S. Yeah, but then there is a support here. Can we enter now? I think I'm going to hold on. I'm going to hold on now. I'm going to hold on. We want this sell, then the buy, then the sell later for the daily time frame. So let's hold on here. Let's hold on. V75. This is still a no-go for us, and price has reacted to that order block. Wow. What we needed has happened. So can we make an entry now? V75. Yeah, I think I can make an entry. Yeah, I'm gonna make an entry. I'm going to make an entry. Put my stop loss here. Yeah, I'm going to make that entry. All right, V75. I've locked in my entry for the buy. Now that price reacted to that order block on M15 right there. So I've put in my trades, my buys. Jump 50, I need the pullback here, then I can look for buys, or if it breaks there, but it will be a short trade, so I'm not going to be focusing on it. Jump 25, the breakout has happened. Look at that, you can't even enter it. It is strong. You can't even enter it, but I had already told you we're going to see this kind of a sell to reach here or there. This is on jump 25, so it has happened. So you can wait for buys here or here, so you can no longer enter sells. We wanted sells, but we can no longer enter due to that kind of a jump, unless if it makes a pullback there. Yeah, but for now I have no business with it. Jump 10, we need a pullback here, then we can enter buys, so we have to wait for that on M5. And lastly is gold. We wanted pullback here, so if we don't see any pullback here, we have no business with gold. We leave it to continue, but we know that the buy is going to continue. It has reacted to this order block, and I don't know if we can. Yeah, it is failing to break this here though, so it's failing to break that level there. So let's see, if it breaks it, then it will continue with buys. That means you can enter your buy, but if it fails, then it's gonna come back again here, then you can enter your buy trade. All right, I've talked a lot, and I know we're going to make this money today. I hope we make a lot of it, and you can even stop trading till next week. Yeah, but money is money, it's never enough. So I know even if you make enough today, even tomorrow you'll be back into the charts. Money is money, it's never enough. Yeah, anyways, let me wish you guys a good day. Happy trading. See you tomorrow same time, 10:30 to 11:30. And of course, those who want to trade like me, don't forget to use that number and come around for registration of the mentorship class. And of course, don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you like what we do here. Give us a thumbs up and push us. Yeah, if it is your first time here, go ahead and subscribe. And of course, if you don't have an account with deriv, the broker that I use, there's a link in the description below that you can share with your friends, or you can use to sign up for deriv. Be notified that understand that when you use that link, I will be getting small commission from what you make, from the profits you make. Deriv will be giving me a small commission because that is my affiliate link. So I want you to give you a heads up. Deriv doesn't pay me. I only benefit from the affiliate link when you sign up with it. So that's it. Let me wish you guys a good day. See you tomorrow same time, 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. East African time. Bye bye. you.